So let me begin with Trump's case against Facebook and Twitter. Firstly, out of the shitty things you can do, at least there's something sensible here. But with that being said, I just got back from the recruiter. I just posted up another video. I bring to them field theory, special relativity, GR, Lagrangian standard model. I put these in the workforce program, built into a program, the Lagrangian standard model. Let's go to the class. Let's N1/2 these at the break rooms. Let's go ahead and,
back at the turn of the 20th century.
we're dealing with rules written on pieces of paper that say, hey, I'm not going to be able to push, I wouldn't be able to defend somebody. They're going to be so fascinated with my tattoo, the drill sergeant's not going to be able to notice it inside of the situation that, all the stupid shit that they do, IH, GR, comes down to that shiny rabbit on the floor. A pallet that needs to be wrapped, somebody that's doing something dangerous.
I don't think so.
I mean,
And so the fact of the matter
heat
is,
equation,
we've decided-
thermodynamics,
have
Maxwell's demon.
14 years of education.
These are things you have to understand while dealing with a chain of command. Managers that have been in a place for 10 years where they're not going anywhere, that's their business.
As Jill would say,
They've hired managers that have camped out on hillsides for years.
the First Lady.
You got kids coming in. When you do get one, what do you think I'm going to do with that kid? Of course I'm going to stomp them out. It doesn't matter how intelligent they are. If that is not based in this system, they can know Lagrangian all they want. They could know solid state chemistry. They could know multivariable calculus. This is where those equations need to be done. They're not presenting this in BOCES. Here I'm trying to present an NCO board, a college class, over a 8-year doctorate, a PhD in that triage clinic on that stone mill floor about major accident, moderate accident, and minor accidents for what it is here. That's where these reports, those incident reports, those marshmallows, if you will. You want to get an L bracket here and an L bracket here from the tool shed. It becomes a psychology problem of working on the saw and sending some kid to find you the L brackets. I want a full inventory on that saw today if I can't have you help me on here. I want you to be able to recognize that. I want you to be able to see where these things aren't. That's going to help you find things, time and effort, where I'm not grinding my ass in the ground, where I can actually help you set up Boot Barnes in your Wobbles account. I can help you set up your 888 after work about where this goes. I can help you set up the Hubble's 45 to find the value on the floor instead of just some boss grinding your dick into the dirt until you die.
If you're below a certain income, you qualify for a Pell Grant.
I've watched that stone mill wreck dudes. Just destroy their knees and their back and their system. Well, they made $15 an hour from a 10 years old schooler, which was a dominant function inside of my region. It's what we have. You're going to get silicosis there. They're not going to make you wear a giant virology suit when you're 90 degrees with a 2,000, 3,000 degree torch. It's like wearing a 3M mask inside of there? Well, we don't make the product on the floor and then we can't change the output. But that's not up to me. That's because nobody will tell you the manufacturing outputs on those things. They'll make you figure it out penny for a rock and never tell you what the top end is on it. They'll never tell you how much that gas line costs, so that way you could say, hey, over time, YF over X, mu on tau electron. How do you change the magnetic fields inside of here, the electromagnetism, strong force, weak forces? Go ahead. That would be a great example of strong force, weak force. But do you think they're teaching you that? The mathematics behind this would be Twister's theory. Education. Twister theory on that stone mill to wrap you up. Well, Pensrow out there, they make you feel smart or make you feel stupid in either case, but you're going to smash them on that mill floor. When it comes to the number, then you have the numbers and you ask yourself, Pensrow, out of all the science that you could have created, Carl Sagan, Fogg, Nuke, and Mars, why haven't you figured out some kind of system for this? I don't care about capital gains taxes. I really don't. I don't care about any of those things, because the cost ratio on this equal to somebody just repenning a law on AR 670-1. Doesn't take new laws, doesn't take new things. You'll get those votes. You'll get the money coming around because it's gravity. It's a lot of gravity. A lot of F equals MA around here. If those numbers come up, it's those numbers that cripple you. Like I said just at the recruiter station, what if I pulled out that camera and some aspect up here where a general says, hey, if any time you feel you being harassed, to that recruiter over there, and I know it's not that recruiter's job, this is the policy, he's following his job, but why? Why couldn't he think through this to say, hey, you know what, maybe I'm taking a big risk on the military's department here of things that are out there today. Black Lives Matter, cancel culture, critical theory. Discrimination on a patch where you tell me, hey, my color and my skin's not good enough where I have to change those things. I'm too white, apparently. I went and did something about it, because that makes us Americans. Something that, we all get discriminated for inside here by that system, clearly. But nobody's there to save you on this system. We don't have people in the stone mill to say, hey, you know what, you're right on that time work fraud case. You have unions out there, but let's look at the teachers union. I wasn't trying to start some damn issue. I was trying to get it in there where I could actually start the system with what information was necessary for something like a recruiter station, for something like a recruit. Anywhere is between E1, king on the board, also a pawn, E2, up to the first move, E4 to the gambits. There's only so many divergent flows. You sign your name on this X. What MOS is you going to get? Where can you go? What's the projectile momentum on this? What's the trajectory? What's the tangents? What's the sine? What's the cosine? What's the arc sine? Those are all possibles, the things that you could have hit immediately at that recruiter station, and at any point in time I can throw down on the stone mill. You want to know things about stoichiometric ratio? Well, hit it with that. With you being a solid state chemistry inside of the stone mill based on that general relativity, M1, M2. Amen. It'd be Lagrangian standard model, field theory, Schrodinger's equation. Those are not just jokes. They're not just some practice study that you learn. You have to build those to one place. And I was lucky enough and smart enough to put them all in the stone mill. Through not just one aspect of that stone mill, but superset into the resume, the workforce line, the cut coefficients. They are all times all the same equation. Which one you want? But I can't get a job serving with 18-year-olds.